السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد. So I keep getting messages on WhatsApp and so on that which books should I begin with to learn Arabic language? How do I begin to learn Arabic language? And generally the focus is mostly on Arabiyya Bayna Yadayk or Madina Books, right? So I thought I'd make a video about it so that I can just share the video whenever I get that question. Now, the fact of the matter is, we have an option now, alhamdulillah, that we can choose. But previously we didn't have any options. Now we didn't have any options, and whatever book we got a hand on, we used to study those books, and that's how I started. I started by learning Quranic Arabic grammar by various books, small books, and so on. Right? So alhamdulillah, it doesn't matter about which books you study as such while learning Arabic. But yeah, choosing some books makes it easier for us to learn Arabic, and it's systematic. And if you have a teacher, that's really good, because I always recommend having a teacher, because the process becomes easier when you have a teacher, and when you can read the text to the sheikh or to the person, to the ustad. So it doesn't matter. But what matters is you finish the books, right? You finish the books. People are, always hopping around, and they want to learn this book and that book and that. And after a few years, you meet him. Oh, Akhi, where are you? Oh, I'm still in Madina Book 1. And why is that? Because I skipped through Arabiyya Bayna Yadayk, then I came back again, realized it's good or whatever. Now they have a whole story. That shouldn't happen. That shouldn't happen. People should progress when they are learning a book, right? And when they are, they should finish whatever they're starting, because finishing is important, right? You take whatever is in the syllabus, whichever syllabus you choose. With that said, any syllabus is good, alhamdulillah. You have to finish those, that's fine. But with that said, I'd always recommend Madina Books, because my personal experience is that other books, they rush things. Madina Book does that. It teaches you one thing, gives you a lot of exercises, reinforcing that. And people could witness, when people who've done the books, and they could testify that. They could say that, yes, of course, Madina Books, those who learn Arabia, they are superb. They're superb. Every sentence has a point. Everything has a point to it. But many people get bored of that Madina Books, they shouldn't get bored, actually. But they do get bored, and they think, oh, there's so many rules. I don't want rules. I want something easier. Yeah, that's that. But Madina Books balance is a good balance between learning vocabs and grammar, because many people they want to learn a lot of vocabs and just keep by hearting. And I mean, it's good, fine for beginning stages, but later on, how many will you by heart? There are like hundreds of words. Now, in each field, in each staff, there are hundreds of words and so many words. How many will you by? Some people they focus only on grammar. Now they focus that, oh, I want to learn only grammar. I want to just build up my grammar if I understand. And that's also fine. That's good. But you need something with expression. Ta'bir. You need to learn how to express and to start with small sentences and how sentence structure. Because some people they want to learn like Muqaddimatul Ajrumiyya or whatever. They just want to read that. No, that's also not the way. You have to start small. So Madina Books, they balance between these two things. And that's the best way, is to have vocabulary, but not like hundreds of words, right? Like other books do, and have grammar, but sequentially, easier way. Like he doesn't bring verbs in starting. And it's a deliberate, slow way thing. But many people, they want quick results. So Madina Book doesn't give you that quick result, I believe. It's a slow way of learning. I mean, he teaches, sequentially. Some people, they don't like the simple to complex method, and they say that, no, we want to go complex to simple or whatever method. But I always recommend the Madina Books, and you know that. Trust me, give me a student who's studied those Lugha perfectly, nicely, and another person who has read any other book. I would ensure that this person has more understanding of the text, the structures of the text. Maybe he might lack in vocabs. But alhamdulillah, these are the books. But with that said, again, Arabiyya Bayna Yadayk are also wonderful books. But look at them as literature, because they are huge. They want to teach you the language in like Lughatul like the mother, right? They want to teach you like the mother tongue. They want to teach you without explaining much grammar. Although they bring a lot of grammar later on, but it's not it's just, you know, they just give you pieces of it. It's not like the structure which Madina Books have. Alhamdulillah, they are wonderful. And I don't know why they're more famous, because people like it gives you quick results. You know, you feel happy. Oh, it's in the plane, it's in the market and stuff. You know, you get to know. Oh, you can order. Yeah, uridu samak, and I want fish in the plane. You're ordering and stuff, and you can see those. Alhamdulillah, it makes you feel good in the starting. That's why people love this. It's conversational. It has pictures and stuff. Alhamdulillah, that's really good. But later on, it becomes difficult. You have to memorize so many vocabs, and many people question, yeah, I mean, like they ask me that how can I memorize the vocabs of Arabiyya Bayna Yadayk? And yeah, it's difficult because they throw at you so many vocabs. Because if you're learning like the mother tongue, then you have to memorize without really understanding, and that becomes difficult for us, you know, 30 plus and 25 plus guys, because memorizing is little become difficult nowadays. But we can, alhamdulillah, memorize. Not that we don't, but we like more understanding stuff. And I'm talking about me, right? We like more understanding stuff, and so that's why I'd always recommend Madina Books. But Arabiyya Bayna Yadayk is also good. And but that said, I'd also recommend that if you can do both, that's good. But depends on the personality also. Some people, when they have two books, they get confused. Now, like me, I like taking one book and finishing it, then moving on to the next. If I take two things, I get confused, and I'm not even focusing on one book, I feel like. But some people like that. If you're choosing two different fields, then it's okay. If you're studying fiqh and Lugha al-Arabiya, Nahwa, Sarf, whatever, then it's fine. You know, 2-3 subjects you're matching. But in that same subject, learning two books might be a little confusing and makes you more slower. Now you become more slower. So that's what is there. And one more thing, Arabiyya Bayna Yadayk, if you finish, then you need not read any other book, right? In terms of vocab, in terms of, it's like huge. It's like a whole literature of 8 volumes. What do you expect, right? I mean, it takes you the advance. So you need, like, when you're learning to walk, right? You need Arabiyya Bayna Madina Books. And Madina Books leaves you at a place of, you understand almost all of the grammar, like 90, 70, 80% of the grammar, or more than that. And then it takes, you'll be lacking vocabs. And that's what the people feel when they finish the Dusul. We lack in vocab. So that time, Al-Arabiyya Bayna Yadayk will catch hold of you from there, from the middle level, and take you to the higher level. If you finish all the 8 volumes, is what I'm saying, right? It'll take you there. So Arabiyya Bayna Yadayk is a high standard, yeah. Arabiyya Bayna Yadayk takes you from the bottom to the high, but I don't recommend starting from the bottom through Al-Arabiyya Bayna Yadayk, because you'll spend like I spent 2 years reading the 2 volumes, and it's so difficult. I have to memorize so many vocabs. It's all my opinion, my what I've learned. And if it hadn't been for the Dusul, I wouldn't have learned Arabic. That's the truth. If it hadn't been for Madhi, because I found the rules so difficult. Now, because they throw at us so many rules, other books, that's what they do. They throw us so many rules, and it's not systematic and so on. So that's how I learned it. So that's what I'd recommend to start with Madina Books. And this is my reasoning. If you think there's some other reason and so on, like, no, Madina Books is not good, and there's something else, please let us know, inshallah ta'ala, that it's your opinion. But whatever you do, finish them, please. Finish them. There's no point just being always in a beginner stage and skipping from book to book or skipping from teacher to teacher. No. Finish one, please. Finish one, and then you'll understand the big picture, right? You'll understand the big picture. So this is a series which which if you think it's it's nice and stuff, you can ask more questions, inshallah. If I know about them, inshallah, and if I can talk about it, I'll definitely speak about them, and you will get an idea about the issue. And I have a few ideas in mind, inshallah, about which I could speak about, and which it might help you, inshallah ta'ala. So just, finish them and keep learning. Be an Arabic enthusiast, inshallah. Barakallahu fiqh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.